Hello, and welcome to Music Theory. I'm Risa, and I specialize in woodwind instruments. So, what is music? Well, music is an organization of sounds. We have patterns and rhythms. We have different things making different noises, like the human voice, or different instruments. We have time and tempo. We have pitches and intervals. These are all things we will be learning about. Let's get started, shall we? So, whether we are reading music or writing music, these 5 lines is something we will see every time. Do you know what these lines are? These 5 lines are called the staff. They let us know what the note will be. And when a note is higher on the staff, it has a higher sounding pitch. Take a listen to this. That would be going upwards on the staff. When the notes are lower on the staff, the pitches are lower as well. Okay, without the staff, notes would just be a jumbled mess. Now, the next thing we'll see is called a clef. This is the treble clef, also known as the G clef. Why? Part of the clef tells us where the note G is. It's this line right here. It's where the swirl ends. Instruments that use the treble clef are flutes, clarinets, oboes, violins, saxophones, trumpets, and most vocals. And this is a bass clef, or the F clef. The bass clef are for instruments with low sounds, such as the tuba, trombone, cello, and bass guitar. And when there are both the treble and the bass clef, you know you have the grand staff. Instruments who use the grand staff are pianos, harps, organs, and the accordion. Now, what's the point to having 2 clefs? It seems confusing. Well, music would be extremely hard to read if we had to write notes out like this for lower instruments. Just imagine. This is really low on the staff. They would be very difficult to read. So, the clef makes it easier to read. Okay, going back to the treble clef. The lines are E, G, B, D, and F. And how you can remember is every good boy does fine. And remember, if you happen to forget, you can always go back to the note G and work your way up. And then the spaces are F, A, C, E. And it's a little easier to remember because it spells the word face. And when the lines and spaces are put together, it's the alphabet, A through G. So when you get to G, the next note is A. You have E, F, G, then A, not H, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, let's do some exercises so we can get comfortable with this. From the top, what is this thing called? It's a staff. What clef is this? Treble clef. It signifies what note on the staff? G. The lines are what notes? E, G, B, D, and F. How did you know? Every good boy does fine. Or you used the clef to help guide you in finding the note G. What notes are in the spaces? F, A, C, E. How did you know that one? It spells face. Name a few instruments that will use the treble clef. There are so many, but flutes, clarinets, saxophones, trumpets all play in the treble clef. If you are unsure about an instrument, feel free to ask in the comments. When a note is higher on the staff, is the note higher or lower in pitch? Higher. Okay, I'm going to use a quarter note on the staff with the treble clef, and I want you to tell me what the note is. What is this note? A. What is this note? C. How about this note? F. What note is this? B. And this note is? E. How did you do? Too easy? Too hard? I know it feels like a lot at the moment, but you'll get it. To practice more, download and fill out the attached worksheet. Okay, are you ready to tackle the bass clef? Do you remember what note the bass clef helps us find? F. On the bass clef, the note F lives in between the two dots. The lines are G, B, D, F, and A. And how you can remember is good boys do fine always. The spaces are A, C, E, and G. And how you can remember that one is all cows eat grass. And it's the same thing. When the lines and spaces are combined, it's the alphabet. Still, A through G. Are you ready to review the bass clef? What note does the bass clef help us find? F. What are the notes on the lines? G, B, D, F, A. How do you know? Good boys do fine always, or you used the F guidance. What notes are on the spaces? A, C, E, G. How did you know? All cows eat grass. What are some instruments that read the bass clef? Bass guitar, tuba, trombone. If you are unsure about an instrument, feel free to ask in the comments. Ready for note exercises? Let's do this. What note is this? E. How about this one? G. What note is this? A. And one more. What note is this? D. How did you do reading the bass clef? Bass clef exercises are in the worksheet as well. Practice makes perfect. Looks like that's all the time we have for today, but we sure hit a lot. The staff, the clefs, and we learned the notes. Next week, we will be learning the note values and we'll introduce time signatures. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.